I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor, adventurer, entrepreneur, and amateur interviewer. I'm here in sunny Palm Springs, California at eTail West. Once again, they invited me back, which is great. I'm out here in the hallway, but just over there in the exhibit halls are massive amounts of vendors and retailers talking shop, talking about e-commerce, retail, and various trends. So I'm about to venture into there, talk to some people, and find out why they enjoy coming to this great conference and the newest trends in e-commerce. Ned, you're here at eTail West. How do you like the conference so far?
So far, this has been an absolutely fantastic conference. You can't beat the weather, you can't beat the exhibitions, and you certainly cannot beat the speakers so far.
Yeah, I think it's a good mix of brands and very knowledgeable speakers out there in the sessions and good social events. The receptions are always a lot of fun as well.
So I actually like the app a lot because I feel like it allows me to engage with retailers in a way that I wouldn't be able to. If they're not coming to the booth or they're not coming to the expo hall, it makes it a lot more challenging. So I really feel like eTail gives me what I need to make that connection with the people. And I also feel like they're really good about getting people into the expo hall too. Other conferences, they don't drive people here, and I feel like I have good conversations.
Well, I think there's plenty of socializing opportunities, great food. I think every day we got a chance to meet a lot of great people, and that's the best thing. That's what conferences are for, networking.
It's great, Colt. This is actually one of my favorite conferences. At ClickTail here, we do several shows throughout the year, and eTail is so great because we get all the decision makers from different companies in one room, and also because who doesn't like being in Palm Springs for a week?
That's not really the tough sell part of this entire conference.
It's an amazing, it's such a great venue, and all of the different vendors are having amazing booths, really having some great conversations with a lot of really smart and people walking by.
It's been great. It's been really educational, meeting a lot of really cool people. Yeah, it's been good.
Paul, your thoughts?
Yeah, fantastic. Can't beat the weather, can't beat the people. Great food and drink. We're having a good time.
Great people.
Yeah.
I think it's the most wonderful thing I've ever done in my life.
I'm in Palm Springs and I live in New York. It's kind of a plus.
So location, basically.
Oh yeah. There's golf outside, we're in the mountains. Look outside, it's gorgeous. Flip the camera around. You should see the landscape behind us.
Honestly, the eTail team is awesome. They're all over the place. I had one gal in here this morning. She checked on us. She came back about an hour ago. She's like, what can we do to get you some more traffic? And I gave her a lot of feedback, and she was on it. So that was really helpful. Way different than any other conference I've been.
This has been great so far. One of the things that I've really loved about this conference that I feel like I've really gotten a chance to interact with other retailers, whereas some other conferences you just kind of feel like one of them.
Massive.
Yeah, you just get overwhelmed. You don't get to talk to anyone. This one really seems to facilitate that conversation, and I've been loving it. I mean, it's one thing to get around and talk to the vendors, but it's another great thing to just have that conversation with other people that are all in the same boat as you.
Love it. Absolutely love it. More energy, more engagement, more people.
There's definitely more people here than last year.
I'm going to go with more.
Way more. So what are some of the takeaways that you have taken away from this year's conference?
People are looking to learn from people like us and people like Colt.
I can't really argue with that statement whatsoever. Now, how many eTails have you been to before?
This is my first eTail.
The first eTail she's ever been to. She's new and bright-eyed. What are your first impressions?
My first impressions, fantastic people, very high caliber individuals, really great sessions. This morning there was a couple of really great sessions.
We heard it was a great conference to talk to e-commerce companies, and it's proven that
they've nailed it.
Yes, absolutely.
It's been great so far. This is actually our first time at eTail West. I have to say, it's already exceeded our expectations, and day one isn't even finished yet, so I'm really, really happy with the event.
Well, it's been actually a fantastic first day. It's my first time at eTail. Okay, and I am as an entrepreneur, actually founder of a early growth stage company that is selling very successfully, fast growing in the e-commerce space. So for me to come here, I think the most exciting part is to be able to meet the key decision holders within the industry and being inspired, and also come in to solve some pain points for them.
So far, great. It's been nice getting to know people and seeing some familiar faces from some other conferences. And, it's not a bad place to be in Palm Springs during winter where it is where I live.
Yes, that's a very big selling point.
It's actually a great opportunity to really get in front of a lot of retailers, actually meet with a lot of our partners and different ad agencies, ad networks. So it's been a fantastic time.
Excellent show. There's been a lot of really good presenters here. There's been some excellent sessions, and all of the booths have been really engaging.
Well, I personally have not worked with retailers a lot, so I came here to immerse myself in all things retail to see what these guys are dealing with day to day, what their concerns are, so that I can make sure I either build a solution into my product or partner with others so that we can present a full solution to our retail customers.
First impressions, I'd say that we've got a lot of great walk-ups as well as very engaged customers, potential customers. So great opportunity to network.
First impressions are on a scale of 1 to 10, what would it be?
I would give it a 10.
10 out of 10, folks. This interview almost writes itself. So you're obviously cool, trendy, hip, because you're on the app with me. What sort of trends and buzzwords have you seen popping up recently?
Personalization, omni-channel, unifying, all kinds of things like that.
I can definitely say that I have heard some buzzwords, but the biggest one is definitely been email attribution. Understanding how to attribute what users are doing when they're receiving emails, and then are they clicking on the emails and then converting? Are they reading the emails? Are they engaging in your brand? I feel like it's interesting because everything in eTail is very cyclical, and in this case, email has come back around full circle. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Definitely, it's all about loyalty and creating experiences for customers, unique experiences that resonate with the customers and create a very lasting bond with the brand.
I'd say marketing technology, which is our space. Everyone's talking about marketing technology. So many options, so many providers, so much complexity. That's a big trend.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
So I think omni-channel is probably like the buzzword of buzzwords, and I think that omni-channel means something different to everybody. I think the term can be overused, but really you're looking at this fusion of shoppers that buy on mobile devices and shoppers that buy on desktop devices and shoppers that buy in physical stores. And now I think we're really seeing that the omni-channel buzzword can go away, because what it really is just shoppers. They're everywhere, and you have to be able to provide them a great experience across all platforms and experiences.
Yeah, I think one of the big things that Merkle is seeing across our client base is an increased focus on China, actually. We're the first North American agency to partner at a high level with Baidu. So really working to get a lot of our retail clients in the China space. It's a very growing middle class.
A big data, social innovation, social insights.
Okay.
Well, I think the biggest trend that we see is that I think the shift from sort of the transactional model of e-commerce, where you sort of capture users through search or something like that with a specific intent to buy something, and then there's a lot of technology that people focused on sort of converting that customer within the context of that intent, whether it's a specific product that the user looked at or a shopping cart item or something like that, whether it's the triggers that go out or the recommendations that are personalized to that. I think that the next big wave for eTail is going to be about relationships. How can you engage users throughout the whole lifetime?
Mobile is not exactly a new buzzword or anything, but all things around mobile and how to conquer mobile, as well as the disappearing checkout.
Customer experience management, which at ClickTail we love to hear that because that's the space that we're in. So I think customer experience is one. I think mobile is obviously huge, and mobile tracking, so not just having a mobile app, but understanding what people are actually doing. If they're downloading, are they using the app afterwards? Trends like that. And then also personalization is becoming really huge because we're moving much more from just a web analytics space to getting things really down to the individual person, because we've lost some of that brick and mortar experience, and I think we're trying to get that back online.
Behavioral, personalization, triggered, so many buzzwords. My brain's overflowing with them.
Definitely a big one right now is, we went from multi-channel a couple years ago to now omni-channel is the big one. That's optimization, personalization, I would say, are the big three buzzwords.
One thing that I think everyone's really jumping on is the idea of being a little bit more customer-centric with the way that they approach their marketing. So not just being with your retail or your email or your website, but really viewing it from the customer's perspective as their entire journey and using the different channels to leverage one another. For example, sending them emails that would send them to the store or sending them postcards to send them to the website. Kind of giving them a full view because they experience your brand as one brand. They don't experience as different channels. And so capturing that kind of view and making things more aligned, I've seen a lot of really great successes from retailers doing that lately.
I have a good micro moment.
There you are.
I think micro moments is one I heard today that I think we talk about it, but I just hadn't really heard it.
Micro moments.
Yeah,
Okay. How about you, Paul?
Omni-channel. Well, it's not new, but I feel like that was a very buzzy word today. Like everyone's talking omni-channel. Yeah. So
you're very muscular. You have a great body. You're making shipping very sexy. Omni-channel seems to come up a lot.
So muscular body and omni-channel are the two things you've been hearing the most.
Mostly, yes. Primarily about my muscular body, but omni-channel, a lot of marketing lingo.
All right.
Learn the big theme for these guys is personalization and more personalization, which is a little bit different than what it was, I would have said, for marketing, say 10 years ago.
Okay, so you're saying that's like one of the buzzwords, personalization?
That is absolutely the big buzzword.
Yeah, everyone wants, people know a personalized experience on the website, not a one-size-fits-all experience is what the future is, but
Email segmentation, mobile segmentation. A lot of retailers really want to find out the mindsets of their users. So like, we want to know all the attributes of like one particular user. So where is she? When should we hit her? How old is she? What's her household income? So collecting all that data and figuring out when to target them.
So we've been hearing a lot about personalization, okay? A lot about the data that folks are collecting from their consumers, some of the folks that are coming to their websites. When we think about e-commerce and how to convert those folks, we want to be able to personalize, contextualize, and utilize big data to support that. We have actually also heard from a VR perspective how companies are maturing and how they can see 5, 10, 15 years ahead of those curves with commerce. How do you bring the experience to the person themselves? That's what we're talking about here at our booth around VR.
So obviously, personalization is the big buzzword right now. Everybody's talking about trying to target that customer, not that computer. And it's all about trying to really give your customer what they want, not what you want.
Lots and lots of selfies, a lot of hashtags, and pretty much a lot of social media.
So that's not going away?
No, it's not going away. It's just going to continue on.
All right, so finally, last question. If you had to convince someone else to come to this conference in one sentence, what would you say?
Excellent weather, great social networking events. You make friends easily with people. People like you. They want to work with you.
That this is the only conference that you should attend if you are a retailer or a vendor who sells to retailers.
Great show to connect with retailers in warm, sunny California.
Come to Palm Springs to make new friends, build relationships, find all the people that you've been wanting to talk to for a year, have great drinks, and enjoy the views, and watch the sunset every morning.
Plus, I'm here sometimes too, which is great.
Come to eTail West. It's a great time.
Good food, good coffee, and good-looking people.
Interviews with Colt, Sebastian, Taylor, and talking to Wiser.
For the last question, this is a tricky one. This is a tough one, all right? Let's pretend you've been flung back in time and you're talking to pre-eTail West you. In one sentence, before the timelines collapse, how would you convince pre-eTail West you to come to this conference in one sentence?
More booth traffic than you would ever have expected.
Get on the app.
Get on the app. I'm sold.
Put yourself out there and just do it.
I would encourage myself to come to eTail West to make great connections with really innovative marketers.
Fantastic lead generation.
Just like our company motto, all in and just a huge opportunity.
Okay, so if you want to meet the decision makers, in the e-commerce industry, this is the event you're gonna come.
You underestimate what you can get out of this conference.
Come here for the Bloody Marys at 10 a.m., as well as the great participants and the attendees.
I would say that if you want to make the best use of your time in Palm Springs, if you want to come out here and have a great time, you play a little golf, you do some networking, you make some business happen, this is the place for you.
I mean, I think I would think about all the opportunities, all the great people that you would meet, and all the connections that you would make, and the things that you would learn.
How about you?
Yeah, I think we've already met prospective customers or clients that we're really excited to follow up with after the event.
Come to eTail West so that you can learn all about retailers and what their concerns are so that you can build a better product.
I'd tell myself that, you know, you're going to make some great connections, you're going to meet some awesome people, and at the end of the day, you're going to come back with some great ideas to change the way that you're marketing for the future.
Because you get to meet a lot of good people, really nice, friendly people, and you can potentially get some nice swag.
Laura, the people that you meet at eTail are too amazing to not meet, and if you don't meet them, then the entire streamline of time and space will collapse. So you need to come to eTail West.
Hypothetically speaking, let's pretend you're in front of 50,000 clients that have never been here before, and you have one sentence to convince them to come, or they all leave, and everyone's looking at you. And let's just also say, since this is the worst case scenario, you're also not wearing any pants. What's the one sentence that you would say to convince everyone to come to this conference and have your pants magically appear? Don't worry about the pants part. They're not coming back. Okay. But making everyone come to this conference.
So with pants on or off?
What do you think would be most convincing? Well, I'll tell you what. If they're different lines, feel free to give them both to me.
I would tell you, if you want to come and learn about how to improve your retail business and learn from others in the industry that are experts at what they do, this is the conference to come to.
Okay, was that with pants or without pants?
You can come with or without pants. We'll accept you both ways.
Well, that's about it for me here in eTail West in sunny Palm Springs, California. There have been great vendors, great sessions with great keynote speakers, and guess what? You missed it. But don't worry, they'll be back. So if you see an eTail event, go to it. If you can only go to one eTail event, come to eTail West here in Palm Springs, California. You'll network, you'll talk to a whole bunch of interesting people, and you'll find some really great vendors. Well, that's about it for me. I'm back off to Philadelphia. I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor, and I'll see you later. Thought you could sneak up on me this time, like you did last year. Well, you didn't. So now you're here at the end of the video. Thanks for watching. You should probably get back to work, actually. But if you're not, watch some of the individual interview videos. I think you'll enjoy them. But thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out to eTail West. Thanks to everyone. And if you're at another eTail West or eTail East, you might just see me there. And if you do, be sure to say hello, because I will want to interview you. So, for good, this is Colt Sebastian Taylor, and I'll see you later.